NBA Youngboy, rumors by DJ Academics that he might have a deal worth, at least this is what I was speculating, of 50 million. Because what DJ Academics said, and I'll play the clip, he said something about like bigger deal than anyone else in his generation. So who's in his generation? Like people say Trippie Redd, Cardi, Uzi, whatever. Maybe I don't know. But if the biggest deal that we know about thus far that was recent was Trippie Redd, who had 30 million, right? So if we go to NBA Youngboy, just see what Academic said.
His deal, from what I've been told, is north. I don't want to put it. If I put a number on it, they're gonna run it with the headlines of it. So I'm not gonna put a number on it, but it's one of the biggest deals that anyone in his generation of rappers would be getting. So he's getting paid handsomely. They're also taking into account the fact that he drops music very frequently, and they're also pledging more support. An 8-figure deal. His deal from
an 8-figure deal? An 8-figure deal would be, so 6 figures is 107. Okay, so it's under 100 million, right? 6 figures is like $100,000. 7, a million, 8, tens of millions. Okay, I'm gonna guess 50 million because it got to be above Trippie and it got to be below 100 million. Like I don't think anyone's hitting 100 million except for like Drake. And I think that if we go back to that one stat sheet of NBA Youngboy was on it versus all the other rappers, the most streams to date, or year to date, that is. NBA Youngboy was like top 5, I'm pretty sure, like below Drake. But he was way above Cardi, way above Trippie, way above a lot of people. So that just goes to show that he's making the label a ton of fucking money. If Drake is doing 100 mil, Drake's number 1. NBA Youngboy is number 2, bro. So it got to be between 30 and 100 mil. I would not be surprised even if it was between, like, let's say halfway between Trippie and Drake, even though it's probably closer to Drake because look where Trippie Redd is. 1.2 billion. Youngboy got almost like 5x what Trippie's getting. And if Trippie got a 30 mil, that means that Youngboy got what's between 30 and 100? 70? 65? 35? 30, yeah, 65 mil. And it's probably like 70, 80 mil, bro. It's fucking ridiculous. And look, you can say it's because he drops hella music. I don't give a shit, bro. If you're not in the studio, like say 5 days a week, or if you were in the studio 5 days a week, I bet you would take $80 million to give all that away and release it. Even if it don't hit Drake numbers, like get on the radio and shit, but he's got his own methods. He's got the YouTube method. Does he even drop music on SoundCloud? They don't make that much money on SoundCloud regardless, but still, like, you gotta respect the grind. His fans eat it up too, and he's cashing out at this point because he's been independent for a little bit, I think. So the risk that you run when you're NBA Youngboy and you're dropping so much music is like, if the hype is gonna go down when you drop too much music, kind of like what we talk about with Uzi, with like giving out too many features, giving out too much energy. So the hype just like, once you drop every fucking month, there's gonna be a certain point where people just stop wanting to listen because it's fast food. It's too saturated. But the fans still eat it up. And now, if he got the money up front, he doesn't even have to worry about that. He just sends the label music like, yo, do whatever the fuck you want with it. I don't give a shit. That's how I would be. Because his legacy is already supplanted. He is the dude who, as like a street rapper, is beating Taylor Swift streams wise. Well, maybe not anymore, given what she just did and just literally, you know, what's the word, sodomized every single rapper first week sales, but beating The Weeknd, Bad Bunny as a fucking YouTube rapper, basically only beat by Drake in the last year. Granted, he's probably dropped like 10 more projects than everybody on here, but still, who cares? It's about the numbers here. We're not using average per project. We're just talking about complete discography. He dropped 120 songs. Bro, 120 songs. I can't imagine that, even I can't imagine 100 of them were even good, but you gotta respect it, bro. You gotta. It's like a stripper, bro. It's like if a stripper's making $1 million a year, she making more than you. So what are you supposed to do? Trippy probably got 30 M's for being signed 4 to 6 years. I think he got it for 3 projects. So yeah, maybe three to 6 years, depending on how often he drops. Usually contracts aren't by duration of years, they're by projects released. So I could imagine that Youngboy, if it was 80 million, it might be for, say he averages 5 projects a year, it could be for 25 projects, mixtapes or albums, whatever you want to call it, because we're in the streaming era. It's basically all the same. And Axe said they're going to put more money behind it, so he might even be streaming more than Drake if he drops more than Drake, if he drops more than all these people. So it could be for 25, 30 projects. That's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I can't keep up with it either. But again, I don't need to. I don't know how people maintain the attention for that much music. Like, I can't even do it for everybody, I guess we listen to a new album like every week. I don't anymore. I've gotten to the point where, like, if there's a project not a project that's releasing that Friday that's not good, or that like I care about, I just won't even listen to it. It's like, I don't give a fuck. Curation, baby. There's literally not enough time in the world to be listening to all the music that's uploaded to platforms nowadays. Ears don't even have taste buds. Literally. That's probably what happened. Youngboy legit got his fans like X did. He probably used some frequency pattern where they're just addicted, like they be jizzing in their pants and nobody else knows it. He got them in a trance. He hypnotized them in one song, and now they have to listen to every single song and like it. Or they just, I don't know how they do it. It gotta be kids who are just like celebrity worshiping. Because how are you listening to it more than Taylor Swift fans do in a year? He just dropped banger after banger. You're 27. Okay. If you like Youngboy that much, then it's fine.
Yeah, 8-figure.
It's just interesting. Like, I don't think I could do anything for that many times a year. Like, even if you, I don't know, eat pizza that many times a year. I'm not even a Youngboy hater. Y'all heard me. I said I respect it. Anybody who's a businessman, that doesn't necessarily mean that I personally like their product. Like Elon Musk. I don't have a Tesla, but I still respect him as his acumen for business and how he's a billionaire, and I seek to do similar things just like Youngboy. Doesn't mean I don't like it. It's just I don't like the product. And personally, I don't like how Teslas look, but does that mean I'm an Elon Musk hater? No. Not at all. Somebody asked about what they wonder what Cardi's contract is, and I agree. He's only on his 4th project. Actually, the first one was technically a mixtape, self-titled. Although I don't know how that counted. I can't imagine A$AP Rocky's like dicking him if he really wants to count it as an album. Although maybe it doesn't even matter to him, because it's all about what Interscope put into it, like the funding behind it. That's how they count if something's a mixtape or an album, how much money they promote. But maybe like that's why Cardi doesn't drop too, because he makes most of his money probably on the headlining tours that he has, whereas with the actual music, he knows that, you get the advance, right, but also you get the royalty back ends, but it's not as high, your artist percentage, as if you have your own tour, which is like the percentages are reversed, I believe. So maybe that's why he tends to not drop as many projects and does a lot of leaks, because he knows that, nobody, if I'm not gonna get a fat percentage, then nobody's gonna get a fat percentage. And then he just goes on tour with the hype from the leaks and the hype from the minimal projects, and then he makes his bag that way. Also, he probably makes it on fashion and shit, and he's just like transcended, as we discussed yesterday with DJ Academics. just being a musician. He's a whole fashion icon brand now. He's a vamp. He is the vamp of this century.